Radio Raheem here with Freddie Roach, Wildcard Boxing Gym. We're in the basement, man. That means there's big deals going on. First of all, you know what? Why don't you talk to me just about what's happening here in your camp currently? Who's coming up for fights and who's training?
Montes is my future star, I feel, and he's the one that I'm training out of these four very good Olympians. And the show looks really good because you can have four very talented amateurs going into their pro careers, and they're going to make, I think, a big splash.
You know, we still see, we did have, I guess, the other day, the Cotto banner was still up. Obviously, that fight fell out. People were disappointed. But what is Cotto up to now? And do we have anything coming up next?
Well, he's negotiating with Rock Nation, and we're trying to get a fight, and we're getting closer to an opponent, they tell me, but nothing definite yet. But this is Cotto's last year. He's going to retire after this year's over, and I hope we get a couple in before he goes.
We've been having a problem keeping these fight dates to stick. We lost Manny Pacquiao and Amir Khan, which everyone was so excited about. Where do you see Pacquiao fighting next? With whom? Where are we in negotiations for that?
According to Bob, the promoter, the Dubai fight was never real. It was great on paper, though. It looked good because I would love that fight, him and Amir Khan. Amir Khan came here last week to say hi to me and asked me if he could train here. And I said, yeah, sure, of course. So I have no problem with Khan, but the thing is, I think I have the better fighter, though, and I would like to see that fight. I think a lot of people would like to see that fight. But unfortunately, that's not going to happen at this point. Bob tells me maybe the Australian boy might be having the inside track because there's some real money over there, and they're talking about paying Pacquiao a lot of money to go to Australia to fight. And then I read in the press yesterday that he might fight Chris Van Heerden in South Africa. I don't know where that one came from, but it was read to me. But we'll see. But the thing is, if Pacquiao fights again, it'll be somebody in the top 10 and somebody really legit, because I don't think we need to go just continue boxing just for the sake of doing that against like lower class fighters and so forth. If we're going to fight, we're going to fight and be competitive in the top 10 in the world.
Thurman is in the discussion when people talk about welterweights. You know, a lot of people just breeze over Pacquiao now when they talk about the top welterweights. I'm sure that irritates you guys. You think Thurman is a sufficient opponent for him next to kind of get back in the conversation where he should be at the top of the welterweight division? I
would love that fight. I mean, Thurman is a good prospect. He fought okay in his last fight. He made it a lot closer than I think it needed to be, and he gave Peterson a little bit more, they gave him a little bit a closer fight. So either one of those guys I would love to fight. I mean, bring the contract, we'll sign it today.
We saw Triple G against Brook. Brook looked good, although he got stopped in vicious fashion. Then we saw him against Jacobs, who finally took him 12 rounds. Has that changed your opinion at all about how good Triple G is, and where do you think he is at right now?
Well, he's still one of the best fighters in the world today, and I thought at one time he could move up to light heavyweight and beat Ward. Ward is a very good boxer, maybe a better boxer than Triple G's last fight is, and I changed my mind on that one a little bit now, because I like the boxer a little bit better because he was exposed. He does have trouble with people who box and so forth. But like they asked me, well, what about Canelo? I said, well, Canelo's not a boxer though. He's a puncher. And I said Triple G's too big and strong for him. And I think Triple G will get to him sooner than he'll get to him. But that's just my opinion, though. But the thing is, I don't think he's going to go up and fight like real good boxers right now because he was exposed a little bit, and the boxer fighting from the southpaw stance did give him a little bit of trouble.
You know, we've seen Chavez, who you've trained before, had your troubles with, not committing. We've seen him now again with Berestein. We see him running. He's in shape already for the fight. He's talking, cursing out Canelo on the track. I'm sure you've seen all that. Do you think that Chavez is going to come in the ring ready? And if so, does he beat Canelo?
Well, he's my friend. I like him a lot. I mean, we had 5 fights together. He's a very good student, and the last one wasn't so good. But the thing is, I am a fan of it. I hope he wins the fight, yes. I hope him and Nacho do well together, and but Canelo is he's a big puncher, and I think he's the better puncher of the two. And I think that might be the deciding factor in that fight, because I do believe that will be a brawl, because there's so much on the line between the Mexicans fighting each other. I mean, the winner is going to be the best Mexican fighter in the world. I mean, it's just it's going to be a fun fight to watch, I feel, and I can't wait for that fight.
And lastly, when the Ward-Kovalev fight was over, most people thought that it was very close. We'd see a rematch right away. With the antics Ward is employing, I don't know, either negotiate or avoid this rematch. What do you think of that? Is he trying to get the fight or step away from the fight?
Well, I think he deserved that. I thought he did win the first fight, and I thought he would deserve a rematch. But the thing is, there was a rematch clause in the contract, so I don't know how enforceable that really is. But I would like to see it one more time. It was a great fight. It was a great fight the first time. So I like competitive fights like that. And
you got Ward winning again?
He'd have to make some adjustments, of course. He did do better late in the fight than he did early in the fight. And I think if he made those adjustments a little bit quicker and earlier, he might switch it up on us. But the thing is, it's just a really good fight, though, and one I want to see.
Radio Raheem with Freddie Roach here at Wildcard Boxing Gym. Always love to talk to you. Always a pleasure, man. Radio Raheem with Freddie Roach.